Peace, 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 and salutations, family. This is Brothers in America, the host that does the most. Brother Leo, Brother Conscious, with my brother, my co-host from Terrebonne, Georgia, Mr. Holy Water with a side of green tea, brother. How we feeling? How we
Yeah,
doing today?
man, I'm doing awesome today, man. I just feel good, man. I got everything working in my favor today, man. I got some good rest, you know what I'm saying? And for the most part, it's straight. Cut my fan off. I can hear it in the mic.
Yes, you might probably pick up everything, but
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm feeling good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like after this, I'm gonna do some more stuff. I took a 2 hour nap, man. Fell asleep, but I feel good, man. Been working all week. Finally get
Mm,
my Sundays off. So I'm
that's what
good,
I'm
man.
talking about.
There's
Health is
no
wealth.
excuses. There's no excuses, man. We gotta make it happen, bro.
No excuses at all, you know what I'm saying? Trying to, it's a continuation, A little continuation I want to tell you,
Yeah.
um, in regard to us doing our podcast and so forth. Do you feel as if we're being biased? We're being biased in terms of our podcast? Because I feel like I get a little comment, little kickback here and there, like I'm being biased. You feel like our podcast is being biased? Because they say
Honestly,
like, oh,
bro.
we're being misogynist. We're against women and so forth. Do you feel like that's what our podcast is geared
Who
towards?
somebody actually said that. That's the first question that I have. Well, I'm gonna answer the question first and I'm gonna ask you. No, I don't feel like we're being biased. I feel like we're being realistic. I feel like we're being realistic because there's some things that I do want to say that I also want to say, but I put it in a non-biased format,
Okay.
of speech. So it don't come off like I'm trying to control the whole conversation with how I think, how I believe. You know
Mm,
what I mean? Me and you both, everybody thinks differently. Not saying that's bad, but we have different forms of thought. And it's like somebody saying their favorite color is red and my favorite color is blue. It
mm,
doesn't make you wrong or make me right. We have different forms of thought. That's all. It
mm,
doesn't make you better than me. It doesn't make me, make me better than you.
mm. Yeah, no, I mean, I get a little kickback, but I don't feel like that's the case. Like my purpose on this on doing this podcast is like to enlighten, because not to say that women are in power or whatever the case might be. Like brother Suave God said last week, he's like the price of punani, it costs more than the price of penis. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, I feel like uh reality is reality. You know what I'm saying? Reality is reality. That people don't live in reality. They live in the figment of their imagination. They don't live in reality. Um, and then I had this conversation with others, like they're like, "Oh, Leo, where you get your information from?" I'm like, some is life, and some just conducting researches. You know what I'm saying? Conducting researches, just life experience. You know what I'm saying? Life experience, and me conducting my own personal researches. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, "Oh, you don't." I'm not a know-it-all, but at the same time, I'm devoting myself towards this podcast, and this podcast being centered towards our relationship, building the Black community, not tearing it down now, building the Black community, because I feel like men on the whole, we're held accountable. A lot of women who have no problem throwing the blame out there, like, oh, I'm this way because of you, and I'm doing this because it's men like you and so forth. I'm like, at the same time, what I'm saying, like that kind of get a little bit to the problem, but the problem's still there. Like, okay, cool. How are you contributing towards making this issue go away? How are you contributing towards us getting over this heap, us being conducive, being a conducive unit, and building our Black community up? And I want to speak on. I was conducting my research, and it was an African brother, right? And he said, a lot of times when a woman hear the term being submissive, she automatically think like a man want a woman to be subservient towards her. Like he want a yes, no, massa, no. When they hear submissive, because a lot of women, and I know you said this a lot of times, like a lot of women have this, I'm this boss bitch mentality. You dig what I'm saying? I'm this boss bitch mentality. I'm barking orders and it's my way or the highway. You know what I'm saying? Type of situation we got going on. And like that's cool to that's cool towards people who are under you. But when it goes to a man who you deem to be worthy or qualified in a relationship, that ain't gonna fly right. And I understand that a lot of people, if you do wanna chime in, let me know because I know I've been talking for a little bit. But a lot of men who that first of all, when a woman seeks a man that I'm not saying she want to pursue, but she want to engage in towards something to be more into like a relationship, that means the man had to reach or he's somewhat interested or having this type of quality or characteristics towards being in a relationship. Like she's into pursuing, she's interested in pursuing him. And at the same time, we spoke about a woman have a lot more options than men. Like that's what it is, fellas. You can be Don Juan in terms of you could be a fly 10. You know what I'm saying? You could be a fly 10, man. You could whatever else the case may be. You can be handsome as a motherfucker or whatever else the case may be. You dig what I'm saying? And that won't have you still won't be able to get as many women, get as many women as the average woman can get men. Like you can be able to like a woman literally can get a man to sleep with her every day of the week or multiple men every day of the week. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're money long, you got a Johnson like a horse cock. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't flying right. Like a woman always have more options. An average woman, you know what I'm saying? An average woman got way more options than you. You might have a
If I
woman that's okay, cool. You look nice. You might be handsome. You know what I'm saying? Got a little swagger or so forth. You might could pick her, might could get to sleep with her on maybe after a few dates or maybe a week or two. But a woman can get a man to sleep with her at least one man to sleep with her per day, our average woman. Not a
if I
not a eight. Go ahead.
if I can say this, please. The thing about it is, I think this is the problem that us as men have. We as men, we brought um have brought our sexual being as men into the ideologies of society. And this is what I mean.
Gotta break it down.
Women can they can deal with a whole lot of men when it comes to sexuality. But what type of men are these? These are type of men that most likely will not be committed to them. But I guarantee you, it's so many women that I could find that want a commitment, but don't want to have sex until they have that commitment. So the problem that I see is this: there's a lot of women that want some sort of commitment from this type of person that they want. They can't find that because they've already opened themselves to a ideology of just sexuality. Us as men, we have we have the key when it comes to, as long as we build ourselves up,
Mm-hmm.
we have the key, man. We
Mm,
have the key. If we build ourselves up, if we go to the gym, if we get our endeavors in order,
mm-hmm.
if we get everything that we need, if we get everything that we need, our stability, all this stuff, everything that we want, we can have
Mm,
as men. Now, this is where the work comes in at. You as men, we have to work and we have to raise up our standards. That the average man, the man, and me, I would deem myself. I have a certain level of confidence that a lot of men my height don't have. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Imagine being, you know, 5'5", right? But you still possess this certain level of confidence to where you can even get with women that are even taller than you. This is the type of level of confidence that I have. I don't let anybody take that from me, whether it's short jokes, whether it's this, whether you're not, you don't look like this person. I had to take who I was, my personality, and I had to adjust that all around, whether it was through poetry, whether it was through music, all these type of all these type of avenues that I had to take. So by me having to raise those standards up and do this and do that, I had to work hard to raise that up. And then once I reached that level where I have the body I want. I have the security that I want. I have the full stability I want. I'm stable now, but the
Hmm.
full stability that I want, where I can just do whatever I want to do with my finances, or the most of what I can do of what I want to do. This is this is the power that you have as a man. You have the power to level up. Women, they they don't they have the power to level up financially, but not eyes engage wise.
Can I remember your thought?
Go
Let
ahead.
me
Yeah,
piggyback
go
off
ahead.
that one
Go ahead. Got
second.
you.
And I'm just piggybacking off what you were saying and also adding little bit on to what you were saying. Because again, as a man gets older, a man gain more money because he get more experience, better in business. His pockets, like financially, he gets better as he get older. That don't necessarily apply to a woman. You know what I'm saying? As a woman get, and I know a lot of women, they don't, you don't believe it, but men care. Some men care about body counts. That's why a man gonna ask you how much men ran through you, because this is what it is, right? I was listening to The Godfather. I'm gonna leave it as that. The Godfather was saying, right? He's like, a lady was talking about her being celibate, and he's like, "Oh, you're going to be celibate now after you pushed out like two children, right? Now you trying to now you trying to auction off this." And I'm sorry for using the car terminology. You're trying to auction off this used car as a new car prices. It's a used car. You're trying to sell this used car at a new car price, and it's like the guys before you, they didn't marry you. They got the goods. And not to sit here and say no quality or anything like that, no quality, but they got the goods before me and they ain't paid shit. Now you trying to like, of course, as you get older, you get more mature and whatever else the case might be. That's why, listen to me, Queens. This is why it's so important to be very concerning towards who you give your body out to. You dig what I'm saying? Because you feel like you're using men. Men using you too. You're using the man, they using you too. You're using the man for his money, and the man's using you for your body. Because guess what? That same money he's giving you, he give to somebody else and get the same treatment and do it all over again. And guess what? You're just tallying up towards your body count. And the reason why it's so important towards the body count, because me as a man, I'm about to be a little explicit a little bit. I can bust a nut off some loose pussy. I can bust a nut off some loose, not necessarily I want to wife some loose pussy, but I can bust a nut off some loose pussy. You dig what I'm saying? As well as some tight pussy. Of course, I'm a buster, not still better. You know what I'm saying? But I can do that. So, but towards like having sex with a woman, it's harder for you to be pleased than it is for me to get pleased. I can please myself with my hand with no problem, and you can too with the rose and so forth. But it's like the more partners you have, the harder it's gonna be to please you because you had so many dudes in you. You know what I'm saying? And then like you're that one dude was hitting your spot that you like, and then you trying to recreate that with other men. They kind of do it, but not really. So it's hard. Like the more men you tend to sleep with, the harder it is for you to please. Whereas men is not the same. Because again, I could bust a nut off some loose pussy. You dig what I'm saying? This is what I could do some of tight pussy. I prefer the tight one than the loose one, but you know what I'm saying? But then with a woman, it's like your requirements are making you satisfied. It's a lot harder. And you like now cheating gonna get involved because you're not being pleased because you had so many people in and out you know what I'm saying? So many people in and out you. But I said it to say in terms of he's talking about a man. A man gain his I would say he gains more, he becomes more profitable, more lucrative as he gets older. As he get older, and as he get older, it's like 9 times out of 10, he get older, he's more well established. He become a quote unquote a high value man. 9 times out of 10, a high value man looking for a nice, submissive, younger woman that didn't give him all a kickback. But continue, Big Bev. I'm sorry.
Oh no, don't apologize. Now, the thing about it is, I want to compliment off what you was just saying as well, bro. A lot of women. It's been times before where I've actually, and we talking like men right now. We talking like adults. This is adult conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It's been times before I busted a nut and I could feel the nut being released, but there was no sensation.
Mm.
And a lot of women think that just because a man busts a nut, he's satisfied. Where our bodies are designed to release easier than yours is because we're putting sperm in you, woman, women. So the thing about it is a man putting sperm in many, many women, every vagina is different. I kid you not. Every vagina feels different. And there's different you can feel the difference. Some is looser than others, some is tighter than others, you know.
Some are drier than others. Some is wetter than others. Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you, a lot, and we can go into, pussyology or vaginaology for a second. A lot of times when it's real, like women, they be, they be, oh, I got that real wet. If it's that wet to the point, it could be so wet to the point where it's like, it's too wet. And then it could be too dry to where it's not ready to perform. So you got to do something to it to open it up. Because sometimes you might be trying to put it in and it ain't going in because it's not ready yet. You know, you got to get it ready first and foremost. So, but a lot of you women, you have to really understand that men are way different than you physically, way different than you sexually. Our mentalities are extremely different from you sexually. We could all we want is really the release. The sensation is a plus. We want this sensation. The release at the same time is like, oh, it's out of me. For you, it may, I believe the reason why a lot of women have so many sexual partners is because like my brother Conscious was saying, you can't find that man. You're looking to recreate that what that one man did for you. I know for a fact that I've made women, you know, come and I know that if they don't find nobody to reach that same level or higher, then they're gonna always be fiending for what I did. You want to be that, brothers, you want to be that man, not the man that goes around and just gives these women this sensation and then leave them alone. You don't want to do that because that is how whores are born. That is one way whores are born is when you give them that ultra sensation and then you leave them alone and they can't find it. So they start looking for it. And it's so easy for them to find it. So I would say that it's for you as women, it's really a, there's pros and cons to being a woman more because it's easier for you to have sex. Yet if you have so much sex, the sensation can be lost. A man could be doing all kind of stuff, and because you've been with so many guys, it's not the fact that he's not good. It's the fact that you're so used to being with so many. And that recreates your mind. So then you literally do have to become celibate to rebuild your mentality and your body because you have to go back and you have to really regenerate yourself. Do you really want to go through that? It's sort of like a guy who's always watched pornography. He watches pornography and then it's like the sensations that he gets, you know, I ain't never had that issue. When I used to watch pornography and stuff like that, you know, even when I dealt with a woman, I would rather deal with a woman way more than watch pornography. I don't understand these guys who rather watch porn than deal with a woman. But anyway, that's
1 second, 1 second. I could kind of answer that a little bit, all right? Because sometimes with some woman, it's harder to please her. It's harder to please her than to please yourself. You feel me? Like I'd be like, okay, cool. Now I gotta put in like 30 minutes of hard work. Whereas I could just watch a porn, 10 minutes, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. I'm done. Like with her, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta grab the little vibrate. I gotta flick this, click this way, and I gotta put the thumb in the, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do all of this as opposed to I'm gonna use what one brother said. I can shake the dice real quick and be done with it, over and done with. I ain't gotta do nothing, no extra lifting, turn to the side, all of this quick, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's it. You know what I'm saying? In terms of in that regard, I do understand that sometimes I don't want to go on for a whole lesson. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like as men, I just want to get a quickie. You know what I'm saying? A quickie, literally 5 minutes in there. I'm done. Like 5 minutes with her, she ain't getting there in 5 minutes. I could get there in 5 minutes though. I could get there. I could call a rush job. You know what I'm saying? Within 5 minutes, I'm right there. I'm sleeping. I'm gone. You feel me? But then with her, it's like, all right, cool. Now you woke her up, and now, or now she is unsatisfied, and guess what? You ain't going to sleep. Wake up. Let's continue. Let's get it shaking. You done start the engine up, and you ain't finish it. So that's why some guys would be like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna shake the dice and be done with it, rather than engage. Sometimes, because sometimes like you just want a quickie. Just want a quickie. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with it. Just want a quickie. But to a woman, a quickie ain't literally a quickie. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I think when they mess with themselves, it ain't even no quickie with themselves. You know what I'm saying? But we get a little quickie, 5 minutes, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. I'm just keeping it a being.
If I can say if I can say one, I'm gonna tell you why I hate quickies. I'm gonna tell you why I hate quick. Well, unless see, as men, right, we have to learn how to be in our women's mind to where you can make them come even with a quickie. But you have to be intertwined with that woman. This is why I hate quickies, because in order for that to take place, is so much before sex you have to do mentally as a man. You have to literally be engaging into her psyche. It's so
Oh,
much
for
involved in
her.
that.
Okay, okay.
Exactly. It's so much involved in that woman's psyche. This is why us as men, you know, we should be wanting to please our women, and we should be taking time to please them sexually. A
I
lot of men,
definitely agree with that. I
oh,
agree with that.
I definitely know you agree. Now, a lot of men, they have been busting and keeping it, you remember the dance, bust a move, or
Hmm.
not the dance, but you about to dance, you gonna bust. A lot of guys bust and move, and this is our problem as men. This is why we can't keep a lot of our women under control, not under control like a slave, or you're like a person
Sound like you
that's
were saying complete subjugation for a minute, but I dig it. I dig
under
it. Keep a
under
keep a sexual
under
sex.
sex under sexual control. Because think
Hmm.
about it, when we have sexual control when we're in that bed with them, we dominate the entire bed, and they want you
That's
to.
that's the only time they submit. That'd be like one of the times they actually submit.
I heard that from somebody online, and I wanted to bring it up. And I'm gonna tell you, somebody I actually follow. I'll send you a link if I remember. I'm gonna tell you, um, they they want you to perform all this stuff to them, and I'm telling you, this is the problem as men. We do not have self-esteem as men. We'll stick our dick in anything, and we wonder why women have more sexual options, because us as men are sticking our dick in anything. We don't have self. That doesn't make. I mean, a woman's vagina is better to us because we're heterosexuals. I'm not going to sit here and say the penis is better because I'm
Hmm.
I'm heterosexual.
Hmm.
So the vagina the vagina is better because I am heterosexual. So now, as a man though, you need to have self-esteem where you lay. One of my number one rules as a man is, if I don't want to do anything with you in public, I don't do anything with you in private. Now, if you begin to just
I want to add a
do,
joke towards that.
go ahead, I want to listen.
In my lifetime, I definitely knocked off some midnight monsters. You know what I'm saying? In my lifetime, I definitely
I'm
knocked off some midnight monsters.
I'm 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 gonna tell you, it's been times before where I was I was going to, right? And I, a lot of guys, we we think with our, and I'm not talking about you. We think with our penis, and we don't think about the affection that we have to give that woman, because psychologically we're damaging our community. And I'm not talking about what
Yep.
you said,
Yep.
because
Hmm. That is
a lot of
true.
those women, a lot of those women, they, a lot of those women that have sex, they don't look for anything after that either. Sometimes, a lot of the times. Now, a woman that you are attracted to, you do not want to deal. You do not want to deal with a woman that you are unattracted to. You don't want to. You don't want to do it. You know, nobody should be wanting to deal with a woman that they're unattracted to. If you have before, always have that mentality to understand that the attraction that you have with a woman, that's what's going to build that connection, you know. So,
I want to piggyback to of what you said. Like, I don't know if you ever had your club phase, but you know, like how some people have their promiscuous, how some women have their promiscuous phase. With us men, we have our phase, our clubbing phase. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes with you having your club phase, you know what I'm saying, you might be in the club till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? You was dancing all night, and you got a, you know what I'm saying, you got a Johnson who ready to go, and then it's like, all right, cool, all my options is limited, and then that one right there. Just like you wink at them and they wink back at you, like, yeah, it's on and popping. Like again, that's learning yourself. That's learning yourself. I'm not going to hold like a man. That's like again, it's different between a man and a woman. A woman in her 20s, because again, life is kind of she's on easy mode. As opposed to a man, like again, a woman going to club, she can get just about whoever have it, man to buy her drinks, man them to whatever, make pay for it in the club. Get her if if she's not driving, get her Uber home or drop her off home. She get it, but a man is like, especially a guy being in his young 20s, his early 20s and so forth. That ain't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like that. You dig what I'm saying? But keep going, Big Bubble.
and I'm glad you mentioned that, because this right here goes to show you that the reason why a lot of women get dogged out so much is because of the advantages they do have. And men see those advantages. And these men are like, you know, and I'm saying this in general, a lot of men will, you know, dog a woman out or dog women out. Because think about it. If a woman is getting dogged out, that means she's not thinking about the advantages that she has as a woman. You have the advantage right now, even if you're not attractive to me. Somebody, you're attractive to somebody. You literally, if a woman literally at the age of 19, 20, 21 just fixes her psychology, she could literally have the right man that year. And this is the advantage that they have. The advantage as a man, we don't have no advantage. We have no advantage whatsoever. You know why? Because we're not living in our tribal community. You know, um, I never had, I never had like a certain level phase. You know, I've been in, I think I've been with a few women, right? And I never had like a clubbing phase. I've been in relationships and stuff like that. One thing I realized though, that the reason why I'm in the gym now is because I want a certain quality woman. I want a certain quality woman. I'm not going for just the average woman. I want a very attractive woman. I know I can get that now, but it just gives me more confidence if I know I can. If I know I can keep it. It's one thing to get it, but it's nothing to keep it. I know if I go to the gym, I establish myself more. I know I can keep that. Just by going to the gym, I know I can keep that. I know for a fact. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm involving myself with right now. You know what I mean? Never mind all the phases and all the stuff from my past. What is it that you're going to do now? What development are you going to go towards now, brother? Yeah.
And a little bit earlier, I want to kind of finish off what I was saying earlier, right? When we're talking with a woman being submissive and a lot of our women take it as she want a man looking for a woman to be subservient. And that also goes between, especially in black household, all household, but I'm speaking in particularly the black household and in geared towards black household, that black household have not all the time, but you have a nice number, a nice percentage of single mother household. You know what I'm saying? Where the mother have to be the mother and the father. You know what I'm saying? And that father sometimes don't be involved. Sometimes he do be involved because it takes a father to kind of mold his like again. I have sons, so I know what it is. Like my sons listen to me way more than they listen to their mom because I'm the authoritarian. I'm the guy who speak my voices. Like they saw what they doing. Because guess what? You know what happened next. You dig what I'm saying? But like a brother was saying that you need a father in that life to kind of tell like your daughter like tell your daughter like baby girl, I know you maybe have a brother or you hanging with your boy, cousins or something, but baby, it's okay for you to be in your feminine energy. You know, it's okay for you to be a girly girl. It's okay for you to, you know what I'm saying, to be your beautiful self. Because I feel like now in society is like there's so many women in our community want to be this alpha male. You understand this alpha male and this boss, so forth, so forth. And our relationship is only conducive towards uh with men being helpmate in terms of helping some woman, you know what I'm saying, with their bills and so forth. That's what relationship now is. You know what I'm saying? What you can do for me. I saw a lady posted online about like sending $100 don't mean shit to me. It's like my hair is 100 is from anywhere from I think $80 to $400. My nails is like 180. My toes is this much to get a wax in this. I'm like, so baby, you're trying to tell me from rather me sending you $100, I gotta send you $900 just for the sake of sending you. And then when you go ahead and you actually see a woman like, yo, baby girl, I'm shooting by, I need some gas in my car. Crickets. You dig? It's like, oh, it's a man's
Yeah.
duty and so forth. It is like I just like how society, like it's a double standard with society. Like a woman have no problem telling a man what he needs to be doing, but when a man tell a woman what she needs to be doing, it's like,
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. If your woman can't show you, not show you, but if she can't help you make money, then she really has no real true value for you. Just upkeeping the home is not enough. As a matter of fact, this whole upkeeping the home thing, that is something that a woman, a real good woman is a businesswoman, but she's a businesswoman with her man. Okay? She's not keeping all the money to herself. It's an establishment.
I want to say this part too. What you were saying in regards to what you're
One
saying.
thing, one thing, and they call themselves alpha females. They
Mm,
say they call themselves alpha females. A lot of them. Yeah.
yes, I want to say that. Our sister was on. What sister was saying that her husband pays all the bills. Her husband do all of this. You know what I'm saying? He pay all the bills and whatever. And she's working too. And she said, you know what she do with her money? She save her money. She save her money whilst her husband paying all the bills. She saves all her money. Because guess what now? With his money going towards the upkeeping, like the house, the groceries, and so forth. Guess what her money is doing? Her money's going towards the businesses. The
Thank you.
businesses.
It's
The
it's
businesses.
it's extra money. If you're making money paying all the bills and she's making money, that's extra money for the businesses. That's
Yes.
extra money for the corporations you want to create. She's supposed to
Yes.
be working with you.
Yes.
She's
But
supposed to
you
be
but
working
you know
with
what
you.
most woman mentality is? Let me tell you what most women's mentality is. I'm saving for a rainy day.
And you know what? And you know what? Another
Not
thing.
for the family, for herself.
And I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you, if she's not working, she needs to be learning business so he can invest in the business that she's learning. It's supposed to be teamwork. Now, if he
Mm,
wants to pay all the bills and he wants to let her keep her money, that's his prerogative. Why? Because it's his wife, right? But my wife, I'm going to be paying all the bills, but she's going to be learning something that I can invest in
mm,
to accumulate more wealth. She's not just going to be there looking all pretty and cute. She has to know something. She has to be learning something. She can't just be looking all pretty and cute and all this. And imagine if she comes with children, they got to be learning something that I can invest in. You know, think about it. You taking care of all these kids and you taking care of a man. No, if I ever hook up with a woman that got children, you best believe that's an investment. Them
Mm,
children better know how to sing, dance, or they better know something about technology, or they better know how to make money because
mm.
I'm going to treat them like they're my children. They're going to be an investment.
Yes.
That's the problem
Yes.
with you stepfathers. You're not creating investment as a stepfather with these children. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? You just being a stepfather buying, you just, oh man, just making that woman happy. No, everything is an investment, especially if it wasn't yours from the beginning. You know,
Yes.
it's still and when she marries into you, her children, that's an investment, brother. That's how I'm looking at it. But
That's what it is.
all
Family,
right.
family, family. That's all we got for y'all today. Got to keep y'all in tune until next time. This brother Leo, this brother Conscious, this holy
Holy
water on the
water.
side of green tea.
Yeah.
Tune in, subscribe, like, and definitely follow and support.
Yeah.
Peace and blessings, family.
Peace.